Some conditions affecting the nerve cells in the body can result in disability. Spinal cord injury, stroke, limb amputation, and motor neuron disease, or ALS, may all cause paralysis, or even loss of the ability to speak. The stentrode is a neural interface designed to overcome paralysis by creating a digital bypass from brain to assistive device. An investigational device, the stentrode is inserted via a catheter into the jugular vein and manoeuvred into the brain without the need for open brain surgery. The sensors are built onto a self-expanding stent that engages into the wall of the vein and which is designed to maintain blood flow. Over time, cells may gradually grow over the sensors and incorporate them into the tissue. The sensors are placed immediately adjacent to the control center in the brain, known as the motor cortex. The patient may be paralyzed, but their motor control center can still be activated simply by thinking. The system is designed to transmit these brain signals out of the brain, out of the vein, and into a unit implanted under the skin in the chest. This unit is programmed to pick up brain signals continuously, and when connected to an external receiver, may send them to a computer. The command center in the brain is now directly connected to software, and the patient would attempt to train their brain for direct operating system control by thinking. Direct brain control of a mouse, a keyboard, exoskeletons, and even vehicles may become possible. Technology to restore independence. Synchron's neural interface technology, enabling people.
In the news, from the Daily Mail, Elon Musk's Neuralink rival Synchron begins human trials of its brain implant that lets the wearer control a computer using thought alone. The device, the size of a paperclip, will be implanted in 6 patients as part of a trial. The implant enables paralysis patients to control digital devices just by thinking. Synchron is advancing at a quicker pace than its industry rival, Musk's Neuralink. Elon Musk's Neuralink rival Synchron has begun human trials of its brain implant that lets the wearer control a computer using thought alone. The firm's stentrode brain implant, about the size of a paperclip, will be implanted in 6 patients in New York and Pittsburgh who have severe paralysis. Stentrode will let patients control digital devices just by thinking and giving them back the ability to perform daily tasks, including texting, emailing, and shopping online. Although the implant has already been implanted and tested in Australian patients, the new clinical trial marks the first time it will be tested in the US. If successful, the stentrode brain implant could be sold as a commercial product aimed at paralysis patients to regain their independence and quality of life. Synchron appears to be advancing at a quicker pace than its rival in the field, Neuralink, which is owned by Elon Musk. This concludes your article. Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Shalom. All praises, blessings, glories, and honors be unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy to the elect, of the nation of Israel, whom may so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seedling of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Ratazah. This lesson is edifying. Again, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And the he is referring to the rulers of Esau, Edom, the wicked, according to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4, in whose hand the earth, according to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, has been given into. Cause of all people on the earth except for the elect of the nation of Israel, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has promised that he will keep, he will preserve from the hour of temptation. The word temptation, when we examine the word, it means to try out through the idea of piercing. And so the hour of temptation is the hour of trial to the idea of piercing, when the hegemony of Esau, Edom, cause of all, as they will cause all except for the elect of the nation of Israel, both small and great, whether they be a newborn baby or an elderly senior in society, rich and poor, whether they be rich or poor, free and bond, whether they be free or bond in this society, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that word mark in the Greek is charagma, which means a stamp or imprinted mark, which is the RFID microchip, also known as the NFC chip implant in Europe, also known as the biochip, also known as the brain chip implant, i.e., what we just seen and I read about, and also Elon Musk's Neuralink, which is the mark of the beast. And the root word of charagma is charax, which means a stamp or imprinted mark. A palisade or stake. Not a stamp or imprinted mark, a palisade or stake. Slip of the tongue, Salakia. Again, the root word of charagma, which again, charagma means a stamp or imprinted mark. The root word of charagma is charax, which means a palisade or stake, which will be the syringing mechanism that they will use to puncture the flesh of individuals to then insert that charagma, that stamp, that imprinted mark, which is the mark of the beast. The root word of charax is grapho, which means of the writings, filled with the writings, filled with the records. Because within the RFID microchip, that is the mark of the beast, people's information are going to be kept, from their medical to their financial and so on and so forth. And this is not medical misinformation, by the way. These are known facts. Okay? And this is all a part of biblical prophecy. And so now we know what the mark is for those out there that hadn't previously known. In their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast. And the beast is the pagan Roman Empire, which came back in the form of NATO and the EU, with America being an extension of that empire. That is the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. But him that hath understanding come the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 666. 666 in the Greek is Chi, Xi, Stigma. Some brothers may say Chi and Psi. Nevertheless, Chi and Xi both means X mark. And I always make this reference that there's a saying in the world, X marks the spot. You look at certain medical movies before a doctor or a nurse punctures the flesh of an individual to then insert whatever it is they're going to insert into their bodies. They would mark an X or a circle with a dot in the middle under your skin, and they will label it as being the spot of puncture. This is exactly what they're going to do in reality when they are about to insert that chip in people's right hand or foreheads. Okay? And stigma means stamp. And according to the online etymology dictionary, stigma means a mark of disgrace. You can proof check this, okay? On the online etymology dictionary as concerned the word stigma. And 666, to go a little bit more in depth, represents the UPC, which stands for Universal Product Code of this man's system, which are found behind the products that we buy from stores. And it is used to track these products globally. But now Esau Edom, through his technology, has been transitioning to what is known as a centralized blockchain, which is a network that will allow them and is used to oversee all manners of transactions, all manners of buyings and sellings, distributions, so on and so forth. And it is through this network and the utilization of this network that they will be able to make full use of the mark of the beast when they mandate it across the globe, because it's already here. But what Esau Edom is doing right now is that he is pushing it gradually as being a form of convenience. Did you lose your keys? Oh, well, here's the fix. You won't have to walk around with your keys, whether it be your house keys, your works office keys, your car keys, any longer. Now it's going to be within a chip that you will be able to insert in your right hand or in your forehead or any other part of your body. Your money is going to be inside of it. Your credit card is going to be inside of it. Your medical information is going to be stored inside of it. And again, this is not medical misinformation. These are known facts. They've spoken about this sort of thing on many, many occasions, and the convenience that it'll bring in that sphere. And this is, just a disclaimer for the YouTube algorithms, because, Esau Edom, he loves to clip these sorts of videos, which are very important for the elect to be fed. Now, reading on in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, and this is the judgment. So the message to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians is to not take that chip and they mandate it, because it's already here. But very soon they're going to fully introduce the world to it and subsequently mandate it, because that is the goal of their New World Order agenda, to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And again, that word for mark in the Greek is charagma, which means a stamp or imprinted mark. And its root word is charak, which means a palace or a stake, which is that submersion mechanism that they will use to puncture the flesh of individuals to then insert that charagma. And the word of charaks is graph, which means of the writings, filled with the writings, filled with the records. Because within the chip is where people's information are going to be filled, are going to be kept. Okay? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon, and Babylon is America, is falling. Is falling. That great city, because she had made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication, or democracy, or philosophies, chiefly our democracy. That's why the nations are mad. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and the image of the beast is the system of the beast, which is comprised of his medical infrastructure, his financial infrastructure, his architectural infrastructure, his laws, his democracy, all things that comprises this man's system is the image of the beast, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Another example is his military industrial complex. That's another part of his image. His military, his police forces, all things that comprise this man's system is the image. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And so those that worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture. In other words, they're going to receive the full fury, the full brute of the judgments of the indignation, the righteous anger of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, that is in its entirety. Okay, without mixture. Mosiah will not hold back, pardon me, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach. And the fire and brimstone is going to be coming from those intercontinental nuclear missile warheads, which are the weapons of the Lord's indignation, according to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 25. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, meaning for a period of time, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments, and who are they? The elect of the nation of Israel, of Yahweh and the faith of Yahushua. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying, informative to those out there that, are now waking up to the truth and may not have known prior, but now you do, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rachakodash. This is a very, very big major prophecy that will soon come to pass before the thorough woe and the subsequent return of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ. Okay, so with that, I say shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Until the next.